actually have some psychic action for you today. Libromancer leaps back into action, and yes, we have Battle Wasp. You guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on it. Yes, the Assault Mode Activate package is back with good old Psy Reflector. It's really sad, actually, because I really wish that we could do something with Psy Reflector and Assault Mode Activate in the more modern times, but it's just not worth it. You just choose to play the brick because it's a good, strong card for this deck. Now, obviously, you are playing Psychics here. You will be able to kind of innovate and build a little bit of a board in at least a semi-decent fashion, which I do think is probably one of the strong suits for this deck. Parallel Teleport's an amazing card, but also we do have access to the Axon Kicker Oracle, which just ends up being a really, really broken card. Also, board breaker cards galore in the form of these. Yeah, honestly, even in like the possibility of Genesis format, if you want something to play, this might be a deck for you. Next up here, we have Libromancers with Psychics. I know a lot of this Psychic stuff is kind of overlapping into some of these other decks, but I mean, this is mainly because, I mean, you actually do have, you know, some kind of interesting Cyverse interactions through the ritual stuff here. And of course, Doombroker being able to be a very unfun card to deal with is kind of fun. I also do see we are playing Deceptions in this deck with the Diabellstar, which gives us immediate access into the Silvera. We're also playing the Dark Magician of Destruction. You could technically be playing the broken aspect of things and maybe making a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon in this as well. I mean, the world is your oyster when you're exploring a deck like this, you know, especially when you have, you know, negation lines, you know, this line to go into. I think that's really, really freaking awesome to see. So yeah, Deception, Sinful Spoils, and Libromancer. Ooh, we have, there it is, everybody. There's the Battle Wasp Ragnarika good stuff that most of us have been wanting to see. Now, yes, you have to, if you're planning to play insects in any sort of capacity in the modern era times, you're going to have to play it with probably Ragnarika stuff. The unfortunate downside here is, you know, all of the insect good stuff has been thrown into a pile, and you have to do your thing now. Obviously, the OCG just got the Supply Soldier of the Indestructible Insects, which now, I mean, was going to breed some sort of inspiration, right? I think that's probably one of the cooler things. Same thing down here with the Heavy Cavalry. They now have full access to the extra insect good stuff. So on a casually fun side of things, I think a pile like this does get a great opportunity to actually showcase, hey, you know, we have all of these moving pieces. This is a concept that can actually work. And then we have Mitsurugi, yes. The Habagiri and friends have landed in the OCG, and it has turned into an absolute dumpster fire of a chaos mess over there, because any real deck can splash in this package, and now you have to kind of deal with it. Now, in this list, I see we're doing the Galaxy Eyes Photon stuff in here to give us access to the rank 8 side of things. You know, congratulations for at least some sort of originality with this concept. It's actually kind of nice to see that not everybody is going, you know, massively crazy on the concept of this, but also, you know, once we get the Murakumo established, you know, it kind of just turns into a roller coaster of, oops, there's the board wipe. Now we spin on into the next level of chaos here, and we've done what we needed to do. I see side deck, we're side decking a shifter. We have the Di-Fis. You got kind of all of the pieces put together in a very, very, very nice list for you. Next up here, oh wow, this is where I just saw it. There's the Asclepiscu. So we're using basically the agent cards to set up and do Asclepiscu things through the Black Garden. Yeah, we've seen this OTK before, where, you know, getting the ability to ping your opponent for 800, and you basically just try to close out the game from there. It's, there's a lot of other things moving around in this list, too. Like, you do see all of the agent stuff. You also have the sprite stuff. We have the MST Radiant Typhoon stuff in here, acting as extension packages for this list, too. It's crazy. We also have the Archlord Christia in here as another little power card to have access to. I'm incredibly interested to actually watch this deck play out, because it feels like this could actually be a powerhouse, depending on, how a format wants to handle this. Next up here, we have the Judge and the Man with the Mark, but also we are getting to play the Dark Magician Girl package. This is actually fine. You know what's scarier than most meta decks? Odeon actually having access to an actual real boss monster here. So this is why we're kind of intrigued with how broken this package is going to be over time, because you're able to roll out the Magician's Apprentice, get a full Dark Dragoon on the field. We can technically also play Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which that kind of turns into a problem as well, because you are actually meeting the stat line requirements on this thing, while you're able to just kind of scout and see what the opponent's doing going into their next turn. That's interesting. Also, we do have Magician's Souls to kind of scout for the free special, depending on, how the rest of our hand opened up. This is the level of combo that I've come to know and love out of the OCG. Ooh, we have Skull Guardian, Hungry Burger and Friends. Okay, so this is just, we're basically doing Novelez with the Skull Guardian, kind of as a boss monster to actually get deployed. That's actually quite ingenious, actually. I do appreciate that. I also do see that we are doing the Fleur-de-Lis, the Thunderbolt in here. It's going to just be a big card that you can establish. I do think that if you wanted to play something like this in Genesis format, obviously, minus some of the hand traps, but you could very easily work through the Novelez package you got here, the Fleur-de-Lis working out very, very nicely, but I like this. I think that this is kind of a cute interaction deck that could see a lot of play. Also, hello, Ultimate Slayers. Got to clean up any of those problematic cards that the opponent could actually be messing around with. So this list looks very, very, very fun. Ooh, we have Radiant Typhoon for you. I've seen, honestly, Radiant Typhoon is one of the most explored themes in the meta right now, and I'm actually kind of impressed with that, because the more as time goes on, players just kind of look at this package and go, well, this is a free advantage engine, why am I not considering this? I mean, that is fairly true. Also, MST being able to turn into a negate does end up being very, very strong, but also you have this stupid card right here. This gives you a full turn skip against your opponent. Look, I got a Winged Beast built into my archetype. Why did Konami do that? I don't know. But the reason why that they wanted to try to push this deck is because of that. Now, I mean, obviously, look at your Genesis points here. This entire theme is free for the time being. So, obviously, Featherstorm's a different story, but you do have some very good workable things here to work out for this. Next up here, we have more Radiant Typhoon, but this time I see we're dipping into the Speedroid side of things. So what gets very fun about this is you have all of the Wind Synchro. You're getting Wind Synchro locked anyway, or Wind locked anyway, so you can use the Radiant Typhoon package just to kind of supplement, because they're all wind. So you're underneath the requirements that you would already be fulfilling, and you're able to, kind of take advantage of that. I do see we are doing some Auroradon plays. Well, I mean, this just kind of comes with the territory of the deck, right? If you're choosing to, play this, I think this is probably going to be one of the best options that you can have just for the free generation of those tokens to be able to synchro up with. But this list looks pretty fun. I didn't think about combining Radiant Typhoon with Speedroid to actually try to create a build, but it does look like, there are ideas that actually can work out. And then our last list here is basic old Fiendsmith with the Dark Magician Girl package to turbo into the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So basically your end board's going to be Desiree plus a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I see that we are also playing the Beelzebub as our big boss monster. I mean, hey, having a level 10 that just literally goes, hey, we can take your stuff is kind of funny. I mean, you can interact with this or you can interact with the Chaos Angel, depending on the variant that you're going for on the coin flip. But either or tends to end up working out. I don't really think that's much of a problem, but a lot of cool deck list this week. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you. Whoa!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.